Until the 1st of February, I'm excited to be partnering with HelloFresh UK. Get money off fresh meal kits delivered to your door by using the discount link or the checkout code in the description below. Get 50% off your first box and 35% off the following 3, as well as 3 free gifts. If you want to see more from HelloFresh UK, then check out my social medias where I've been sharing my meals the last few weeks. And what's best, if you sign up, you help support the channel and you can cancel at any time. With one cup final in the bag in this Build a Nation save, we are edging towards January and the addition of new signings, but today we've got a chance to cement our place as best of the rest and even reach a second cup final in a row. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 55 of this Build a Nation story, Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back with Distillery today in mid-December and we are starting to look like we might be best of the rest. We've got to be careful because Cliftonville have got 2 games in hand, but we're currently in 4th and today we face Ballymena United, one of those sides hoping to chase us below, and Linfield in a cup semi-final. For those of you that weren't here last time, we did make our first cup final, that in a Shield. If we can make 2 in a season, it'd be one hell of an effort. So if you're looking forward to all of that, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Just a few weeks till our 2 exciting January signings come in now, but as a result of that, there are some players that will be leaving the club. We'll talk about them in a moment. For now though, let's go and have a look at the schedule, because since you were last with me, we've been doing all right, to be honest. Let's go and have a look. We've won 4 in a row coming into this one, and the season's basically gone as you would expect. So you were with me for the Cliftonville and Larne games, heartbreak at Larne. We then lost at home to Coleraine, and if you take away the 1-0 defeat at Cliftonville, who might yet be the 4th side to finish above us, we've only actually lost to the top 3 this year. Linfield at home, Coleraine home and away, and Larne away. So we are doing all right. Ballymena we drew against last time. We want to go one better in this game. But the 4 in a row since that Coleraine game, we have been fantastic. We've shown different sides to our game, really ruthless in front of goal against average sides, and then really gritty defensively against better ones. So we won 5-1 against Dergview. For the 2nd time this season, Jonathan Mucklehatton scored all 5 in a game, 2 of them this time from a penalty spot. A 4-0 win against struggling Crusaders, 2 for Sean Moore, 1 for Morgan Griffiths, and Mucklehatton as always. A 1-0 win at Portadown. Guess who? Yes, he scored the early winner. And against Cliftonville, it was an Archie Whitehall thunderbolt. 20 yards out with 10 minutes to go. And I was getting very excited. Did exactly what he did against Larne, but this time we were able to hold on for the result. But now we come into this festive period and it's been infamous every year. You all know what to expect at this stage. Games every 2-3 days, a cup final we've got in the middle of it as well. And it is just about managing load, managing rotation and trying to keep ourselves as strong as possible. The good thing, I guess, this year is bar that spell at the start of January, where we've got 3 games against the top 3, we'll probably play our strongest team at home in both and then just rest everyone at Coleraine. We have got a squad that we can rotate a bit. Warren Point at home shouldn't be as difficult as Glentoran at home, etc. So we can try and juggle things about a bit. But in January, we will be losing some players because in addition to the 2 that we agreed to sign, Oren Crow has agreed to leave the club. He will be going to Ballymena United, £9,500. And on the 1st of January, yes, we are strengthening one of our rivals, but it isn't really that much of a loss to us. He's only made a few substitute appearances, been a great servant by the way, but not quite at the level we need now. So Oren Crow wanted to go, he was going to at the end of his contract. So why not get the 10 grand for a player that's barely kicking a ball for us? If we get desperate or an injury crisis, we could recall Burns from his loan. Cooper's coming in as well. And then Rory Brown looks like he's going to be our new backup keeper. He's the lad I mentioned was on trial last time. And he's not great. We tried to sign him in the summer when he was rated better. But he's a big upgrade on Graham who wants to leave. And it's not that much more of a wage. So he might be in. Oren Crow is going out. We've also got the likes of Graham. Convey looks like he's going to be on his way too. So there will be a few changes in this squad. And next summer, we'll probably see the last of that first generation of top tier players go. But for now, it's all about the 2 big matches. Let's go and get into the League One. Distillery v Ballymena United. We have got 6 days off after, which is great. Gives us an opportunity to play our strongest squad in both, if everyone's fit for this one following the weekend. And Friel, his loan ends tomorrow, so if we're going to bring a striker on today, it will probably be him. Got to think about fitness and match load at the moment, and playing a player who's off tomorrow might well help us with that. So John McGovern is going to be closed down. The 11, oh dear. There is a lot of struggles with fitness here. We did play at the weekend. It was a tough game against Cliftonville. And as a result, Ben Williams definitely not fit. Bell will rotate with Hammond. We're also going to bring in Ben Owen, who I might have to sell in January. And this is a serious discussion. He missed the game against Cliftonville because he was caught in a nightclub the night before a match. 4th time he's been fined for this. And at some point there has to be a consequence. It doesn't look like his personality is going to improve. The mentoring group isn't doing much. He's playing okay when he's in the team, but not standout by any means. So I think Ben Owen is probably doing himself out of a career. He will come in today though, because we've no other option. He'll play alongside a slightly tired Wilson Brown. The rest of it I think is okay there. Sean Moore didn't play great last time. Lewis Scott like for like in there. Curtis Bell is tired on the bench. Could bring in McGill, could bring in McDowell. I think we'll probably put McDowell on there. And then from midfield on, I think we've got the strongest available. So this is the 11 we're going for here. Just Wilson Brown and Whitehall struggling a bit. It's Ethan Ross in goal. Wood and Hammond the fullbacks. Wilson Brown and Owen as centre half. Whitehall and Taylor Hart the midfield too. And Pardy and Scott the wingers. And then Morgan Griffiths starting to grow into his role now. Behind Michael Hatton, 25 goals up front, scored 20 and 15 in the league. He is the top scorer by 1. Coleraine Shevlin chasing him down quick. They're in a 2-horse race for the Golden Boot, but we're more worried about results for now. So let's go and get into the first one against Ballymena, and then hopefully we come through it with no injuries, maybe a result as well. And Linfield in a cup semi-final. That's going to be a big end to this episode. Here we go then, Ballymena's strength in depth starting to show. They make 4 changes and still have a strong team. They've got the likes of Dane McCulloch coming in, who we tried to sign in the summer. Morgan Hassin, the best keeper in the league. Connor Kerr's in as well. John McGovern's a goal scorer. McCann always scores against us too. I mean, it's a good side, isn't it, Ballymena have got. They're going to be adding Oren Crow to that bench as well. So let's go and tell the lads to impress us. A few of them motivated to the first half. We want to play positive. We want to get on the front foot. But is it going to be enough? Though it's Ballymena on the front foot almost immediately. McKeown puts the ball in. Hammond, that's awful. And he gets away with murder. Lewis McCann gifted a chance on a plate. That's why he normally scores against us. This time we get away with it. As Ampardi's down the other end, taking on his man. Back to Jim Wood, inside to Whitehall. He keeps the ball well. Back to Wood again. And now it's Wilson Brown on halfway. Michael Hatton's in for the long ball. Great first touch. The man is in the form of his life. He signed a new deal. But he's offside there. I'm not sure he was from that original ball. But unfortunately, it remains goalless. Though we've got the ball with Whitehall again. We're working forward to Michael Hatton and Griffiths. He's challenged, but Michael Hatton picks it up. Got Ampardi wide, goes alone. Shots over the bar. That's when you know you've got a confident striker. He'll shoot from anywhere. He'll pick the ball up anywhere and he'll back himself. But with 20 minutes gone, we haven't had a shot on target. Ballymena are looking the better side. And we're not able to do much. So we're going to encourage. And if we need to in a few minutes, we will drop to cautious. But for now, I want to try and stay positive. You've got to say it's not really working for us here though, because they're dominating the expected goals. They're having great opportunities. And we're providing next to nothing. 3 shots, 1 on target, 0.05 expected goals. I'm going to say I want more. We're not creative enough. We're not positive enough. Now go and give us a response. What is the response? Well, it's a Ballymena kickoff and they're going straight from it. The start of the second half. Kerr down the right to Walsh. Good challenge, Scott. Hammond picks the ball up to Owen. Hopefully the lads have come out with fire in their bellies and now they want to push on forward. Wilson Brown, back to Owen again. Can you stay on your feet or are you stumbling out of nightclubs again? Long ball forward, this time from Hart. Michael Hatton gets in. And the half-time team talk, it has worked a treat. Taylor Hart plays the Sean Daniels role, and it's the one thing we've got in that midfield now. Whether it's Hart, Whitehall or Daniels, they're all brilliant passers of the ball. Michael Hatton, the main beneficiary. With 50 gone, we've got a few players struggling with fatigue. But at the moment, it is 1-0 to Distillery, and we are just about getting over the line as Hammond plays a 1-2 from a free kick. Chips in towards the centre forward. Kerr mops up well there and finds Walsh, and he plays inside to Stewart. Big ball forward, 2 centre halves up. Wilson Brown does well to Griffiths. Chips into Michael Hatton. Same ball again, and same outcome again. What a player. And I know last season a few of you commented because his performance ratings were awful when he doesn't score, but it was just a lack of service. Now we've got it coming from 2 or 3 areas. We've not just got, say, Daniels and Whitehall. We've got a good left winger, a good right winger, a very good number 10, and we're starting to be the beneficiaries as Mukhalhatton to Mpardi. You can see the performances are better. Mukhalhatton's in for his hat-trick, has to score. Oh, this is lovely. Lisburn Distillery 3, Ballymena United 0. And this is probably the one difference to last year. We can play averagely in games and we can still pick up big wins. We can blow teams away. We've got 20 minutes to go. Whitehall has been knackered for ages. He'll be replaced by Oren Crow. Only got a few appearances left. We'll make the most of them. Mukhalhatton on a hat-trick. I cannot afford for him to get injured. So Alex Friel will make his last appearance for the club. Morgan Griffith struggling. Coffee on for him. And then at right back, Dobbin, Thorpe, Wood and Wilson Brown replaced by Aidan McDowell. I cannot remember the last time he played. It's been a long time. He's a good player though. And of course he was solid enough for us last year. So let's make those 5 changes. All the tired players rested bar Taylor Hart. But Daniel should be back by next midweek. And this game should in theory be wrapped up. I've got to say, I'm really glad that we've got Mukhalhatton tied down for another year because I think he's going to get a big offer next summer. He's starting to look really good, scoring lots of goals, improving off the pitch as well. And we're looking comfortable now at 3 as Owen into Hart. Big switch towards Scott. 2 in the middle if he can find them. Brown heads it away. It wasn't the best ball in. And to be fair, Friel wasn't really attacking it. It's a long ball forward. Owen loses out. Wide to Walsh for Ballymena. Can they get a consolation and make this tense? They get into the box with more and it's a good finish. Prendergast puts it in. 5 minutes to go. It should just be a consolation. It was a lovely flowing counter-attack. They wiped the floor with us. It's been an even game. But we've got Jonathan Mukhalhatton as Owen picks the ball up. Free kick on halfway. Chance to play it wide. There's 2 options there. Who's number 24? Hammond. He doesn't. He plays short to McDowell. Big switch to Lewis Scott. Great ball through. Chance to cross. Who's in the middle? Barry Coffey's up. His header's just wide. It stays 3-1, but it is game 1. It's a victory. It's a good result. And it's against one of those mid-table rivals. We're pushing up towards the top 4. Cliftonville staying on our coattails with a win as well. But now we get to turn our attention to the Cup. A big semi-final at Linfield. Well, before we do that, I thought I'd better show you what happened earlier on in this match day. Well, we got our youth intake preview and it's rubbish. Maybe one good goalkeeper. The rest of it, absolute nonsense. If I take you back to Saturday as well very quickly, just so you can see. Here is Ben Owen, absent for match day. Will not be available after seen leaving a bar in the early hours of the morning. The only thing that changes in this message is bar or nightclub. They're the only 2 things. His previous transgression was November 2028. And the centre defender is no stranger to controversy, having now breached club policy no less than 4 times. He's only been here 5 months. It's absolutely scandalous. So he's missed a game. He is really becoming a problem. We're going to have to look at that in January. But for now, he's on to the Cup semi-final. Well, a couple of changes going into this one as Linfield, who picked up 6 points in the Europa Conference group stage, by the way, are back to try and get to another final. Just looking over 10,000 fans in today, I will cross my fingers and desperately hope that the revenue is split between the 2 sides. As for this one, we've had to bring in Daniel Dobbin at right back, Jim Wood obviously on loan from Linfield, the parent club. Bell back in on the left-hand side as well, and Williams in alongside Owen. So 3 changes in that back 4 from the last match. Going forward though, it is exactly the same front 6. The bench is a little bit weaker. We're a little bit lighter in terms of squad depth, but we have got an opportunity. So let's go and get through to the game against Linfield. Cup semi-final is the League Cup this time. We've got to the final of the 3rd biggest competition. Now can we do the same in a second? I'd say it's unlikely. Well, Andy Waterworth's side have made 6 changes for this game, and a few of them make them stronger, but Mackie is their best striker. They've dropped him out. They've dropped out Darren Mills, who is their best defender, and there's some familiar names in this team. Ben Kennedy, Cammy Palmer, Joel Cooper, of course. McGuckin's a regular goal scorer. Chris John's the ever-present in goal, some quality on the bench. So let's go and tell the lads, do it for the fans. 1 complacent, 1 nervous. You couldn't make it up. Let's go cautious. We have to against these 3. And into the dressing room, through we go. It's the first half of another Cup semi-final. What a lovely change this makes from last year. Well, it's a corner kick for Linfield. Been a quiet 18 minutes, but they are the side that are in the ascendancy, as you'd expect. Cooper gets to the byline, beats two men, great ball across. Whitehall's deflection almost took it past Ross. He did really well to react and parry it out. As it's chipped back in, the highlight is over. One shot on target for Linfield, but still 0-0. And we saw it in the last semi-final. We were awful. We've got to try and stay in the game. Trickier against the best team in the country. Tricky against a side competing in Europe. That's where we want to be in the future. But for now, at least the nation's giving us a great challenge. This is what we always complained about with Bangor City back in FM21. No one in Wales gave us a threat. No one really pushed us, and no one really pushed in Europe. Here is very different to that. And at the moment, we're almost taking Linfield to half-time. 0-0 is the score. It's a brilliant effort. And Linfield not have many chances. So we are going to say we are really pleased with that performance. Everyone looks delighted. Everyone's chuffed. Now get into the second half and smash and grab your way to the final. There we're going to face Larne and probably get beaten. But either way, it'll be a brilliant day out. As Bell goes long over the top, McElhatton will chase. We know the threat he's got if we create just one good chance for him, as Owen loses out in the air there. Kennedy picks the ball up on the right, turns his man, good ball to Armstrong. Into the box he goes. Good cross to the back post. Cooper's unmarked, and he puts it in for 1-0. I guess it was always going to be a matter of time. Linfield just too good. A quality side, the best in the country, and they can make 6 changes and be this strong. It is a problem for us. As we're going straight from the kickoff, Owen finds Bell at left back. Owen was the man who missed that header at the start of the move too. He really is a problem. The bitter disappointment of the summer. And what on earth is going on with his antics? How someone with a pretty decent personality on the face of it can just go off and party every night, I don't know. Hart goes back to Williams though. Wide to Daniel Dobbin and Williams again. Out to Dobbin. Can someone create a chance? Whitehall into Hart. He brings it forward. We're missing Daniels, but that ball's good. That's a red card, referee. He was in one-on-one. He was going to score. Get off the pitch. Now we've got an opportunity. I'm going to take off Lewis Scott for sure more. Big man at the back post who's still got the ability of a winger. And Pardee will be replaced by Latifa. Coffey will come on for Taylor Hart in that holding role. Another good passer of the ball. We're going to take off Ben Owen for Wilson Brown. And we're going to take off... I don't think anyone else improves us. I'm going to leave it at that for now. 4 changes made, 20 to go. At what point do we go for it? We're going to encourage the lads as Dobbin throws into Griffiths. Good ball to Latif for the sub. He gets down the right-hand side. The defender's just too strong. They're swamping around us and we're just unable to deal with it. They've left one up front. They've got everyone else back defending. And Jules the sub is just too good. Wilson Brown heads away. Curtis Bell picks it up at left back. He goes inside to Wilson Brown again. Long ball forward is aimless. Headed away. Thompson beats his man to it. Armstrong on the counter nicks it. McElhatton wins it back. I don't want him back there though. I want the midfielders doing that. McElhatton releases Latifa. He holds it up because there's no striker in the box. Back to Dobbin. Big ball in. Shaw Moore's up at the back stick. Across the box to McElhatton. 1-1. Lisburn Distillery back in it. And if ever there's a chance to beat the big side, this is going to be the occasion. 1-1 against 10 men. McElhatton stays on and he delivers the goods. And with just over 10 minutes to go, we are back in this cup tie. 1 shot on target, 1 goal for Distillery. And at the moment, we look like we're in the ascendancy. But we are going to go to extra time, I think. And maybe that benefits us here. Let's get through the dressing room. Let's keep it up. We're going to make changes at the back. Bell will be replaced by Hammond. And I know that he's our best player. But Whitehall will be replaced by Crow. It's a great opportunity for Oren Crow. He is going to be leaving in a couple of weeks' time. And what better way to cement his legacy than getting us to a cup final that he can't play in? Well, half-time in extra time. We're having most of the chances here at the moment. I am going to demand a bit more of the lads. Just see if we can get them on the front foot. They've not really reacted that well to that, to be honest. But it looks like we might be on the way to penalties. And we have got a few attacking players on. As Palmer plays out for Linfield. Remember, with a side of this quality, it only takes 1 counter-attack. And Thompson tries to start it. Wide to Amos and back to McClelland. Here's Thompson. Amos again. And we've got some tired legs at the back now, so got to be careful. And we've got a league game. 3 games in 4 days coming up. Not a good time to be playing 120. As McCausland in down the right. Why would you commit there? You were taking him down to the corner flag. I've got you to stay on your feet. And you thought, yeah, I'm going to dive in here. Right in the box. The 1 little yard I cross over with the penalty area. That is suspect. Have a look at the betting patterns. but Ethan Ross has him. What a man. It's a brilliant penalty save down to his left. Maybe not the most powerful penalty, but it was well placed. It was good goalkeeping, and it looks like after all of that drama, we are going to penalty kicks, which will decide the place in the League Cup final. I didn't expect it at the start, in fairness, so it's a good effort. But let's get through the team talk. Good luck out there. Let's see how we get on. Linfield v Distillery has gone to penalties. Now, who is going to take their place in the final? Could we make it a double cup final? Scullion up first. Good save, Ethan Ross. Same way as he saved the one in extra time. Oh, I'm getting excited now, and I know I shouldn't. We're going to miss one at some point. Just don't be McElhatton. Right-footed. Puts it in the corner. Brilliant penalty from the top scorer. Now, Ethan Ross, can you put us on our way? Be a hero. Right-footed. McCausland steps up. That is unstoppable. Top corner it goes. 1-1, but we've got a penalty in hand. Barry Coffey, not had as much football as he'd like this year. Still a good player though. One of our best penalty takers. Right-footed. Straight down the middle at Chris Johns. Why on earth would you go down the middle there? Now it's Linfield's third penalty. Ethan Ross has got to try and make the save again. He goes down the right way, but is unable to keep it out. Good penalty into the bottom corner. Morgan Griffiths. Is this going to be turnaround complete? I really hope not. Griffiths right-footed. It's just gone under the keeper. I was ready to say save because it was not a good penalty. Somehow the keeper didn't stop it as Palmer steps up. Committed that clever foul at the end of extra time, but it's not a very clever penalty. Straight at Ethan Ross, who just picks it up down to his right. And now it's Ben Williams. Gave away the penalty. Ethan Ross was the hero then. Can Williams be the hero now? Oh, he's gone down the middle again. What on earth are you doing? It's 2-2, it's sudden death, and it could have been so different. How many chances have we had to put this one away? Amos steps up, sends the keeper the wrong way, and now the pressure is on Distillery. Sudden death, we must score to stay in this, and after missing 2 under pressure before, I am not confident in Sean Moore. He's up against his former club. He was a good squad player here for so many years. But will he be the star for them tonight? If he misses this penalty, he'll still be a Linfield hero. Left-footed, Sean Moore sends the keeper the wrong way. Excellent pen. Distillery back in it. Thompson steps up next for Linfield. Anyone scores or misses, they're hero or villain now. Thompson against Ethan Ross into the top corner. Really good pen. Who's sick for us? I know one thing for sure. They won't be able to take a penalty. Who is it going to be next? Daniel Dobbin. The club vice-captain doesn't get much football again this year due to the emergence of Jim Wood. But can Daniel Dobbin produce one moment now? He must score. He does score. This penalty shootout's going on forever. Going to be a long episode, people. Mooney up next for Linfield. Ethan Ross in goal. Left-footed penalty. Come on, Ethan Ross. He goes the right way, but he can't keep it out. It's just too good. A little bit too powerful. Unfortunately, Linfield ahead again. Now it's Michael Hammond, the Derry City loanee. Not a good penalty taker, as is the case with most of these. But a left footer, a player who's done okay this season, and I need him to score. Please, just let us through. The pressure is on Hammond. It's straight at the keeper. 3 penalties down the middle, all of them saved. And despite a valiant effort, we go out to the champions. Linfield win it on penalties, and we're out of the League Cup. Well, in addition to getting $3,000 for reaching the semi-final, there is some positive news as well. The revenue must have been shared because we have suddenly got a lot of money. Gate receipts this month, 79,000. The whole year it's been 210. So really good to get Linfield in the semis for that. But let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're going to be back. And I think you know the answer to this one already, don't you? We are going down to mid-January here. We face Linfield again. This time it is in a final. The Antrim Shield is not as big a competition, but it is an opportunity for us to lift a trophy. We've not done that in a cup since season 1 in the Steel and Sons Cup. We've obviously won a couple of league titles, but again, they're a few years away now. So we are going to come back, I think, for double Linfield. I'm a bit worried that our first 4 league games of January are Linfield twice, Coleraine and Larne. So don't expect us to pick up too many points between now and then. If we have a look at the competition screen though, we are up in the mix. We're 3rd place until Linfield play their 5 in hand. But Linfield and Larne, once they've played them, they'll be the top two yet again. If you did enjoy this episode though, a really good effort in the cup and a great win against Ballymena, then please do put a thumbs up on it. If you want to stay up to date and see how we get on in our cup final, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. You'll make sure you don't miss a beat from 2 long-term stories. If you want to find all the other playlists, the Twitch channel, podcast and HelloFresh the sponsor, they're all up in the eye above. I'll put the head coach above my head now. Check it out if you haven't already. And I'll see you back here in 2 days' time for our first major cup final in Northern Ireland.